Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. For years, an H-pipe's been a popular upgrade for Mustang enthusiasts, and the 2015 is no different, just a little bit different on how it actually works. In previous models, an H-pipe was usually used to get rid of the catalytic converters to increase flow to the exhaust and increase sound. For the 2015, instead of deleting the cats, your H-pipe's going to delete the heavy factory resonator. By getting rid of the resonator, it's going to increase flow to your exhaust system, save weight, and give you a much better exhaust tone. Today, we're going to show you how to install our resonator delete H-pipe on our 2015 Mustang GT. The H-pipe's made of aluminized steel. It's going to be a direct replacement for the resonator, but will require cutting for installation. It's going to save weight, increase flow, and is pretty easy to install. For this installation, they need lift or a jack and jack stands, 3/8 ratchet, 13mm socket, 15mm socket, tape measure, marker, sawzall, and safety glasses. A resonator delete's going to go right here and replace the factory resonator. What you have to do is unbolt the exhaust in the front, take the whole system off so we can cut it back here. You don't want to cut it on the car. The main reason why, when you cut here, it's going to provide sparks. This plastic cover here is your fuel tank. Not a good place to cut the car. The exhaust is easy to get off, so we're going to pull off our cat back and then start the cutting. We have a stock system or an aftermarket axle back. The removal is the same process. Remove these two bolts here to get rid of the hangers, then remove the 4 15-inch bolts up front. Now we're going to line up our H-pipe to figure out exactly where to cut. We know it's about 4 inches off here. What we'll do is line it up in the front. Then measure off 4 inches will put us right in there in the meat, which is where we want to be. Make our mark and cut. Okay, with everything out of the way and cut, now we can install our resonator delete H-pipe. Start with the factory clamps, push it into place, and then you'll want to snug these down. Okay, now we're going to put our tailpipe assembly up into place. And we'll tighten down the clamp. And repeat the process on the other side. Now you want to tighten the bolts for the rear brackets and then tighten your front bolts and your installation is finished. Now let's fire it up with our resonator delete H-pipe. And removing the resonator, especially with this style muffler, it is loud. Okay, as we kind of expected, we've done this before with the Roush mufflers with an H-pipe with the resonator delete. It's loud. I mean, there's no way around it. The quad tip, I think, is actually even louder than the standard single tip version is going to be. I mean, it's that aggressive Roush tone that we've been used to for years on their mufflers now. They've always had a nice sound. This is just, like I said, it's a louder version of it with the H-pipe installed. So it's a little deeper sounding at lower volumes. I know a lot of people are going to ask, how does it compare to an X-pipe? The H, I would say, is a little bit deeper at like a cruising RPM, like 1,000 to 2,500, somewhere in that ballpark. Wide open throttle, it's just as loud, it's just as raspy. The pitch is probably a little lower with the H-pipe, but wide open is a very similar sound. I would say the biggest noticeable difference is going to be like a cruising RPM. Like I said, it's a little bit of a deeper tone. here we are, 6th gear, highway speeds, again, the dreaded 2,000 RPM drone zone. And it's not droning. I mean, you can hear it. It's back there. It definitely isn't stock. You're not going to fool anybody about that. But it doesn't have a sound you couldn't live with on the highway. It's not going to kill your eardrums. It doesn't have that kind of monotonous sound that would get on your nerves after a while. Yeah, you downshift, it gets loud in a hurry. Then get back to highway speeds, very livable for the highway driving. Getting rid of the factory heavy resonator and putting in the Resonator Delete H-pipe totally changed the attitude of our 2015 Mustang GT. The exhaust on it now and the additional flow, the sound got much louder and much more aggressive. As an added benefit, we saved almost 10 pounds over the factory resonator. The installation is pretty straightforward. We'll take you around an hour to be back on the road in no time.